Angeles. This is KCAL 9 News at 9.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Jeff Vaughn.
And I'm Lena Wynn.
Well, tonight we may be finally getting to the bottom of the high gas prices we are paying right here in California.
And the California Attorney General is making it a high priority investigation, and subpoenas are going out to several oil refineries to find out not only how they set their prices, but why they're so high here.
KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan is live in Universal City with more on the Attorney General's report and to get some answers tonight. Dave?
Jeff, Lena, this is a question, a problem we've been dealing with here in California for a long time. Our gas prices have always been higher than everyone else's. And as you indicated, here's some prices here at a station in Universal City where we're located tonight. Now the state attorney general is getting involved, as you indicated, in sending out subpoenas to the oil companies for information. Basically what they want to find out is, are the higher prices due to legitimate, logical things? Or is there something else going on in the background? Gas prices across America are the lowest they've been for years. The national average is now below $2.30 a gallon. And with 36 million Americans expected to be driving during the 4th of July weekend, the celebration will be even sweeter. But not so much in California, where you can still find some stations where the price is $1 a gallon higher. And that's not being celebrated.
That's shocking. That's shocking. So I'm not happy about that.
I think it's too high, honestly. It's like 3.5. That's a lot. So why are we so high?
That's a question California Attorney General Kamala Harris is asking as well. Last year, California gas prices were about $1.50 a gallon higher than the rest of the country. And now the Attorney General's office has subpoenaed information from the major oil companies as part of an investigation into whether gas prices here are being manipulated by the oil companies. In a telephone interview, the senior fuels analyst with the California Energy Commission told me about the subpoenas.
I think the subpoenas in this case do have a bit more of a focus on, say, refinery planned and unplanned maintenance events. I think the time period, my understanding, is back to the beginning of 2014, which is important to keep in mind because 2015 was so unusual with all of the refinery problems.
The Attorney General's office is not talking about the investigation or the subpoenas or even acknowledging their existence. But plenty of others are talking about it, from gas and oil trade organizations to consumer groups like ConsumerWatchdog President Jamie Court.
These subpoenas appear to be an effort by the Attorney General and possibly by federal officials to get answers to some very simple questions. It's outrageous that Californians would be paying $1 more at the pump than U.S. drivers through all of 2015 simply because ExxonMobil couldn't get its refinery back online.
At the center of the controversy is the massive explosion last year at the ExxonMobil refinery in Torrance, which is still not back to 100% production nearly a year and a half later. Patrick DeHaan, the senior petroleum analyst for GasBuddy, told me in a Skype interview he noticed that West Coast refineries have been at much lower production efficiency levels than other refineries across the country, which could lead to higher prices here.
Now on the West Coast, during the same time frame, utilization was only 85%. Everyone else was over 90%, and the West Coast was only 85%. So something just sticks out about that low number. Either refineries aren't getting their act together, or there could be other issues to look at here with, is something going on deliberate? Or is it just that refineries are not operating the refineries efficiently enough?
The question is, was the huge leap in gas prices last year entirely the result of the ExxonMobil refinery explosion, or were there other forces at work as well? The president of the American Fuel and Petrochemical Manufacturers, an organization that represents U.S. refineries, responded to news of the subpoenas with this statement. The idea that refineries in California are colluding is ridiculous. Gasoline prices have been investigated repeatedly and no wrongdoing has ever been found. Instead, California's higher gasoline prices reflect the state's onerous and burdensome regulations that do little for the environment but adversely impact consumer costs. So if all of this has a familiar ring to it, it's because this isn't the first time we've been dealing with this issue. In fact, the last time it was investigated, gas prices in California, was 10 years ago in 2006. No charges were filed and no wrongdoing was. Jeff, Lena?
Well, Dave, this is an election year, and in the middle of this campaign season, Harris is running for national office, and suddenly this comes out.
Yeah.
Do you think that there was some strategy involved in the timing here?
You know, I don't know anything. I have no particular, background information on this, but I will say certainly this is a potentially really a dynamic election campaign issue. Everybody in California, as I indicated before, has always complained about gas prices here, and if something wrong is found, it would be very dynamic. But I have to tell you this, one of my sources, someone involved in the environmental movement, said to me off the record, he said she's been sitting on this for 16 months now, and now she comes out with it. Some people apparently believe that it is connected to the election. I can't say for sure.
Yeah, kind of like when prices go up during the holiday weekends.
Okay, Dave, thank you.